Okay, Chooms, we are doing something a little bit different today. Today, we are actually going to be playing the game Pokémon Legends ZA and talking about it as I play it. Kind of like a gameplay video, just because I'm not done with the game yet, but I am about 10 hours into the game, so this is kind of like an early impressions video. So if you like this style, let me know and I'll do it more often. I've been wanting to do something similar to this before. Really quick, let's give you guys a rundown of the team right here. This is what we're looking at so far, and pretty much all of these were given to me. Obviously the starters were all given. I caught a alpha Dratini and evolved it into Dragonair, and caught a Heracross, or traded for a Heracross, and then caught a Mareep. So if you don't know, Pokemon Legends ZA released the other day, and it has really taken the internet by storm, mostly because of this right here. This is the map of the game, and if you timed yourself going from the furthest point to the next furthest point just across the city would take you approximately 2 minutes or less. And also this game kind of took over because of that right there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the graphics of this game have been one of the biggest controversial points of the entire build-up, and I 100% agree with them. However, there is a caveat in my opinion. This game actually is the best looking Pokemon game that we've gotten from Gamefreak, which is really sad to say, because dude, look at how fucking flat this window is. That thing, look at that. That is so gross, man. Not only that, but a lot of NPCs kind of like this just kind of stay in one position. Like, what is this? What are these guys doing? They're just sitting here talking, right? Pokemon has never been a game that has evolving NPC behavior, which is honestly really fucking tragic, because I think if these NPCs like actively moved, it would make the game feel a lot more alive. What do I have to do? Do I have to do the battles? Oh, I do have to do the battles. Okay, let's go find a chair to sit on. But yeah, so I'm about 10 hours into my playthrough of this game, and I have some pretty strong and mixed feelings. First, I want to show you guys probably the best feature that this game has added. If I can find a bench somewhere, that would be awesome. This right here, this is the best thing about this game right here. These benches, they allow you to sit and just like hang out with your Pokemon. This one's in a really awkward angle though, so I apologize for the weird camera, but like, look at the team, dude. They all look so good. Why are my two like strongest party members asleep though? That's a little, oh, and Ampharos is down too. Okay, but yes, if you don't know, Legends ZA is a follow-up to Pokemon X and Pokemon Y that released about 12 years ago. And the big thing about this game is, yes, it is a Legends game, meaning that this game is all pretty much happening in real time, and that's kind of the big selling point of this game, is the fact that the battles are now real-time battles. You also saw me do it kind of at the start of the video, but there's also real-time catching, which is personally my favorite aspect about any recent Pokemon game. And unlike Legends Arceus, what this game does better, in my opinion, is this right here, the battle zones. A lot like the Pokemon, what's the anime? The Ash's final anime season had a very similar aspect to it, where you have to rank up through a battle system and battle a certain amount of trainers before you get a, I want to say they call it a challenge ticket. And once you get a challenge ticket, you can basically rank up. And that is this right here, the ZA Royale. And obviously I just started this one, so I don't have any points or medals or wins right now, but my promotion match is right here. So I actually really like this change. Obviously, I don't think anything will ever replace gym battles, but honestly, if this was like a alternative or like something you could do alongside gym battles, that would be really cool. But here, let's get in here so I can show you guys how the battles work. So we're gonna sneak attack this guy. Cool, one hit KO. Okay, so this is what the real-time battle system allows here. It's really fun, I think, for the most part. However, a lot like the main line games, I feel like the battle system here is just a little too dull. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's really fun jumping people like this, but also just having this battle system is really awesome And it's something that I'm definitely going to miss once we get to Generation 10, because it's probably going to go back to the old one. And sometimes the AI of your partner Pokemon and the enemy is just a little stupid. Like, it's just not designed the best, I think. But yeah, see, when you win, you get this like 2 wins, you get all these points and then the medals, and it translates to, obviously, like I mentioned, the challenge ticket, but it also gives you money at the end. Haha, fuck you. But it's weird because this game has been getting a lot of hate, and I definitely understand why. I don't think that this game is the best Pokemon game by any means. I don't want that to be what you get from this video. But is this the worst Gamefreak Pokemon game? No, but it is definitely up there for one of the laziest, in my opinion. Which sucks because a lot of what they did for the quality of life changes in this game is really good. Like the Pokemon bar on the bottom where you can just send out any of them like this is really good. I love the overworld designs for all of the moves and the changes that they made to a lot of the moves. But at the end of the day, Pokemon is one of, if not the biggest franchise on the planet. And the fact that we get games in this quality is really, really tragic for the most part. I don't know, it feels like Game Freak a lot of the times, and maybe it's Nintendo more than Game Freak, because Game Freak is working on that Xbox game that looks absolutely gorgeous in comparison to any Pokemon game that we've ever gotten, besides maybe Pokemon Snap. But that Xbox game actually looks incredible, and for some reason, this one just, I don't know if it's the fact that they have to pump these games out like it's nobody's business, but I mean, this game has been in development, I think from the leaks, it was like 2023. And again, to give the benefit of the doubt, this game is really fun. And a lot of the Pokemon and the trainer customization, there's a lot of good to be had here. But personally, in general, I just think that we deserved better. And I think that this game deserved better. Okay, let me lock in and I'll catch you guys back when I have the promotional battle, just so you guys can kind of see how that looks. Okay, Choom, so just finished defeating 17 poor souls, and now you can see what happens. But yeah, that took me way longer than it should have. It took me almost the entire night cycle to get through that. That is insane. But like, this is cool. Look at this. Paid $70, $80 for a nice healing animation. I mean, that's cool, right? Okay, not being sarcastic here, this dude is a lifesaver in this type of games. Essentially, every time you miss a Pokeball, or if you just throw one out, he runs around and picks them up for you, and I wish there was an animation for that, because that would be really funny. And then if you ever see these things around, like if you're gonna get this game, I still think it's pretty good, but anyway, we'll talk about that at the end. You want to break those, and they give you these Mega Shards, which you eventually can turn in for Mega Stones of older and newer designs and Pokemon. They also like almost kind of brought HMs back, because there's a bunch of different environmental blocks that only certain moves can do, like fighting type, fire moves, or I think water is the other one. Okay, and this is a cool feature too, the night and day cycle. It works very, I want to say fluidly, but honestly, it really doesn't. If you're in a battle with a Pokemon, like an alpha Pokemon or something like that, if you let time lapse and the day and night cycle kicks in, you will essentially restart the fight. And I don't know if it's been tested with shinies yet. I do think that the way that shinies work in this game is definitely a lot better than previous. Essentially, if a shiny Pokemon spawns, it's not gonna despawn. And I definitely think that this game is a lot more entertaining than Legends Arceus was, at least for me. But the one other thing that just like really, and it's really apparent in this game, because there's a lot of dialogue, like just listen. Like, there's no voice acting. And obviously, voice acting has been a big contention point for a lot of people, and I can see why you might not think it's necessary. But, like, man, there are points where it just, I don't know, man. It feels weird, a lot of the cutscenes and a lot of the narrative points in this game to not have dialogue. I will say, though, a lot of the cutscenes in this game, a lot like with Scarlet and Violet, the cutscenes can look phenomenal, man. Like, it's so weird because you'll have cutscenes that look absolutely incredible, and then you'll go back to like the base game and it's just pretty jarring. But also, as you can see, my character is a little bit customized, and that is because customization in this game is massive. I think somebody leaked all of the clothes assets that you can get in this game, and it was a shit ton. Also, this is going to sound really specific and way too nitpicky, but like, I miss being able to have a backpack, man. You don't get backpacks in this game. You get like those little satchels that's on the back of your character. I don't know, man. It's just weird. I don't know. I miss having a backpack. I also love backpacks in real life, so maybe that's why. And if you were wondering too, if you can enter pretty much every building in this game like you could in a lot of the older Pokemon games, you would be sadly mistaken, because there's all of these samey looking buildings where they just copy and paste everything across the entire city, and you can really not enter any of them. Like, there's a lot of parts of this game where it felt like they just did the very fucking bare minimum, and even then they didn't even do that much. Like, if I stumble across a cafe, I'll show you, but essentially, even for the cafes, which was a huge part of X and Y, by the way, you literally just walk up to them and talk to the dude who's outside to order something. And I mean, the clothes stores too, in X and Y and Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, those were so nice. And same with the hair salons. Like, it's weird because Sword and Shield, when you would go to get your hair cut or you would walk into a clothing store, you still had to walk into a changing room and could see the clothes on the aisle, and it still wasn't the best, but fuck, man, I kind of really miss that. Everything in this game has just kind of been reduced to a menu, and the stores that you can go inside, or the different places in the game that do have interior, the designs of the interior is really good. But I don't know, it's just kind of cringe, man, how everything has just unfolded here. It's kind of sad. Like, I will say, Mega Meganium, the best one out of the starters for sure. Okay, I've been like doing this mission for probably close to an hour now, and I still don't think I'm anywhere near battling this dude. This is the dude I need to battle for my promotion match. So I think I'm gonna just end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think for just some closing thoughts really quick, some of the things we went over, I think this game in itself definitely deserved more from Gamefreak. I think it deserved a little more care, a little more love just throughout it. The performance overall on the Switch 2 has been very solid. I haven't had any crashes, any bugs, any like falling through the floor or anything even remotely close to that. I think in general, a lot of the quality of life updates to this game really should be carried over into Generation 10, because there's a lot of aspects here that have really modernized the games. This definitely is the best looking and best feeling Pokemon game I think that there's been. I really enjoy the battle mechanic, but I don't know if it's something that I would want the mainline games to make permanent. I don't know. I think after 11-12 hours of this game, I really miss like just the OG turn-based battle system. That doesn't mean though that they can't update the turn-based to make it a little more lively and a little more impactful like they have in this one. I feel like Legends Arceus really was the perfect mix of modernization and a turn-based for a Pokemon game, but that's just my own personal opinion. I think most people will love the battle system in this game. And the catching, the live catching is always good. Just being able to always throw a Pokeball out or summon a Pokemon is something that I love, and it's something I probably is not going to be in Gen 10 from the get-go, but I hope it is. But anyways, I'm going to keep playing this game, and I will probably live stream shiny hunting and different things. Maybe eventually Nuzlocke it. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's been your boy Nate, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.